Hello, and welcome to my first ever tutorial-ish video. First of all, let's address the voice, and yes, I am using a software because Therese, no way my anxiety ass is getting on a mic, period.
Period!
I have created this series with the purpose of showing people how I make stuff. I don't know if this is right or wrong and not Jesus.
You guys get out of the way! It's the Lord!
But maybe you can learn something, or maybe you will just enjoy this. This will be done in a specific order, from the beginning to the end of a drawing, so you can build up your drawings as we go. I will talk about everything that I think you might find helpful. So let's get into this.
Yeah, get into it!
In this video I will be explaining how I create my fast concepts. This is something on the go, and I would recommend it only for fast work, not for studios or jobs. I'm saying this because in those situations a more extended research and cross-reference would be necessary to ensure the accuracy. But this technique works perfectly if you want to just do your own thing. I will explain how I create my concepts for my artwork in a moment, but first I should mention why I think they are important when creating. Creating a concept, or at least having an idea in your head about what you want to create, is going to save you a lot of wasted time in art block and beating around the bush, so to speak.
What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro? You tripping!
It can be anything from a shape of a rock to a detailed character. I think there is a misconception that you need to have this extra detailed idea when that is not true. You can start from anything and get somewhere as long as you have something to begin with. For example, in one of my drawings I started from a photo of Natalie Portman getting her head shaved in the V for Vendetta movie. My drawing will most likely not take you to that image, but it still inspired me to create, so I think it worked. I think it's also important to mention that just because an image inspires you, it doesn't mean that you have to copy it. Just because you use referenced it doesn't mean that you need to replicate everything you see in one photo. That would be a study, not something you visualized in your head using some random pictures. You should always put your own take on things if you want to create something. Even if it's garbage like mine, but hey, at least I made it.
Oh hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
I think it's finally time to show you how I make my concepts, and I know many of you will be shocked. Yes, I use Pinterest.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
To find random stuff that inspires me.
I am shooketh.
Maybe I like this hair, maybe this face shape, maybe teeth. You never know what you're getting. Whenever I feel uninspired, or maybe some of you will relate this to an art block, I collect random photos on my laptop. Keep in mind, anything goes, don't look for validation, just save. I split these photos into two folders: first, inspiration, and second, poses. In my inspiration folder I keep everything visually interesting. I feed my brain with that folder. It could be an interesting skull, a cool color sunset, whatever it is. In the pose folder I keep anything that I like anatomically. I recommend this photo hoarding because it's very practical and it doesn't put the pressure to go online and immediately find something. You know that you always have a cool library you made with interesting stuff. Okay, now back to how I actually use this. My process starts with me usually finding something I'm in the mood to paint. I try to pick one or two main photos and then just something I like visually. You don't need to justify your choices, you just need to make it work. If you look at a photo, try to make a story in your head. Maybe she's a lady that looks all goody-goody in the photo, but there's another reality to her. I just created a story in my head, I'm going to use that in my drawing. Long story short, it's like playing dress up but with photos and talking to yourself a lot. And boom, a concept was created. I will have these photos opened on another screen just so I could stare whenever I feel lost or I'm spacing out. Basically a mood board. Another thing that I believe is worth mentioning is that you can do this with your color palette as well. If you're not inspired to figure out colors, so, again, you can look for photos that have interesting color palettes. Here's a cool challenge if you want to push yourself with more colors. Use palettes that maybe you generally wouldn't go for, or that you think won't work with the overall theme. I have done this many times and oh boy, the outcome was pretty cool. You can combine as many photos as you like, but I would suggest trying at least 2 elements from 2 different photos and sprinkle a buttload of your personal elements on top. Also, please don't try or force yourself to do those exact visual elements from the photos you picked. You will not challenge yourself at all to create. Even though I'm talking about drawing, this is a mental exercise, and expanding your brain's capabilities of creation will result in more unique pieces. I will insert some of my drawings with some references I used here. Also, before anyone comes for me, I should also mention the fact that the wheel has already been invented. I'm not saying you can't be creative anymore today, but someone somewhere has probably already done something similar or the same. Maybe a year ago, maybe 200 years ago. My point with this is that it's okay to use visual references when you create something, Rebecca.
Rebecca, it's not what you think. I won't hesitate, bitch.
No need to attack people. All artists use something, or have used before they memorized elements. And no, I'm not okay with tracing or whatever. This is not the point of the video. But I guess I have to say these disclaimers before y'all cancel me. Hopefully this has been useful for someone somewhere. I will be making more videos like this to share some stuff I learned. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.